Hello, and welcome to City Cruise Live, where today we're playing Danganronpa. The last we left off, our lewd little lady got endgamed. It was very sad. But on the bright side, we got to build a relationship with her. But things are very odd in this murder. I'm not really sure what's going on. Because Miyu was acting kind of suspicious before the murder happened as well. And now she's the one that's dead. So yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm pretty sure we already checked everything here.
I knew.
Alright, maybe we have to go see Kaito in the overworld. Heard whisper.
Yes.
I did not intend to eavesdrop, but I did hear it. Shortly before we gathered at the chapel and dispersed to begin searching. Before we split up, I want to ask you something, Miyu. It would seem Kokichi and Miyu had made plans to meet each other.
Huh? Yes.
Kokichi was confirming the specific place they were supposed to meet. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but I'm certain the rooftop was mentioned.
Then...
Those two met on the rooftop. But if they did meet on the rooftop, how did she get here?
Well...
Why didn't Miyu volunteer to search the area around the chapel?
You're right.
That is true. If they were meeting on the roof, she would have wanted to search the mansion. I got a bit of a stuffed nose today. I keep getting a cold on and off, so forgive me. Just a moment. Gotta blow my nose. Well, good. Sorry, I just had to blow my nose. I have like an on and off cold for like the past few days, but I'm okay. Anyway, we were searching around the chapel, which is where we found her avatar. And with no bridge to cross the river, she could not have gone from the chapel to the mansion.
Shuichi!
It would seem that we're finished investigating this place.
Okay.
Someone wanted to ask, can our avatars hide objects? It seems like you can put stuff in your clothes here too, just like the real world. I see, just like the real world. Search the body! What are you gonna do next? Are we going to go back to the real world already? Before that, there's one more place I need to investigate.
As I
Alright.
thought.
I don't know. Well, Kokichi's seeming pretty guilty, but I know how this game is, and usually they'll twist it at the end, so I have no idea. But Kokichi is definitely the most guilty looking so far. Suichi, everyone's counting on you. Okay.
Shuichi!
Thank you. Please give the class trial everything you got. I don't know why they bothered to do panning on the footsteps. It seems like such a minute detail.
Shuichi!
Hey Suichi, what was that all about?
Sorry.
Kaido, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to see if you could log on out using the cell phone.
Jeez.
Then tell me first. That was bad for my heart. Oh yes, he does have heart problems, it seems. Or some kind of sickness. That is not explained yet. I suddenly got logged out. I panicked and rushed back here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Come on now. That's enough. Don't interfere with the investigation.
You know,
I wasn't interfering. Wait, why did you guys come back here? Did you already finish investigating? I wanted to investigate the rooftop next. Huh? What's so important about the rooftop? It's a bit dark here. I really hate my face, or my skin color, or just the lighting in my room. Everything just does not work together. Wasn't it Miyu at the chapel the whole time? We found her on the ground next to it.
Oh,
Now, let's believe in Suichi's reasoning.
it'll be okay.
Suichi can do it for sure. He's the ultimate detective after all. If you're gonna be like that, then do what you want. Investigate the rooftop or whatever. But Suichi is my sidekick. In other words, his deductions are my deductions. And my deductions are his. Alright?
Hey now.
What are you, some credit-stealing bully?
I mean,
Well, I'm gonna investigate Miyu's avatar since I got interrupted last time.
Sorry.
Sorry. Alright.
Well then.
Yeah.
Alright. Is everyone still here? It just went to 0 viewers. I don't know why it doesn't accurately say who's watching. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. It goes to 0. Me and Kokichi were supposed to meet on this very rooftop, and the person in charge of searching this area, Kaito, was forcibly logged out.
That's true.
This area must have something to do with the case. Yeah, let's see. Well, there's toilet paper down there. We already looked at that. Can't see past this point because of the map. Okay. Why would the map loading point be right in the middle of the world? Totally not here. Welcome. I'm a little different than how I remember. Oh, it's a little different. I can read. It feels as if something is missing. But I wasn't paying closer attention to it the first time, so I don't remember. Okay. What's wrong, Himiko?
Okay.
When murders happen in the mansion in the snow like this, they are always locked. What? There are always locked room mysteries created by piling up snow. Isn't that right? But it's disappointing that you can't leave footprints on the snow in this world. That's something to be disappointed about. Kibo, did you find anything? This is difficult. There's nothing here that seems to resemble a clue. But Miyu should have arranged to meet with Kokichi here. I thought we could have at least confirmed whether or not she really came to the rooftop. But unfortunately, there are no clues which indicate that. My nose is so stuffy, it's really hard to read. But I'm pushing on through.
Hey!
Hey Kibo, I wanted your opinion on something. Do you think you could get up and down from the roof? Do you think you could get up and down from this roof from outside the mansion?
Well.
No, that would be very difficult. Even the edge of the roof is roughly the height of a 3 to 4 story building.
You're right.
Yeah, certainly too high
As
to
I
jump,
thought.
which means it would have been impossible to climb up from the outside. That means the only way to this rooftop is the stairs. Okay. I see.
Hey.
What's wrong, Tasumi? Look at the doorknob. It's locked. What?
Ah.
It's a thumb turn lock. Easy to lock.
But
It seems like you can't lock it unless you're on the outside. And look, the keyhole is on this side of the door. Isn't this usually the other way around?
No.
Not necessarily. I've seen this before to prevent you from locking yourself
I
outside.
see.
Is that so? The rooftop has a lock on the door. This is important information. Oh, Maki! What are you doing? Oh, there you are. I was looking for you.
Huh?
Maki, why are you here? I thought you were analyzing the program.
I told you.
Monotaro finished analyzing the program, so he told me to gather everyone. You finished?
Shuichi!
We should probably head back then. Our investigation here is pretty much done, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I've investigated everything I need to. I guess.
Shuichi!
I don't think I've gotten that many clues though. I don't know anything.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna say goodbye to my avatar.
Uh,
Did you like it that much?
Then.
Should we go? Well, I think she did say we should go.
Hey.
What's wrong?
You.
Well, you're definitely more reliable in a class trial than out. All the others think so too. Whoa, Maki. What's going on there?
Huh?
Well,
What's up with this negativity? I'm not trying to sound like Kaito, but I don't think you should carry all the burden alone. So Sohichi Sahara, before you're a detective, don't ever forget that. What? You're Sohichi Sahara before you're a detective. Okay. You know less than you. Don't worry, you'll pick it up. Well, I shouldn't be talking. I threw away my identity as Maki Harukawa to be an assassin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maki. I don't know if that was a compliment. I guess it was. But okay. He was being considerate just now. Oh, my nose is so stuffy. And it just happened, like, you know when you're fine, but then you just sneeze a bit and then you're completely ruined? That's what happened to me. And now I'm completely ruined. I was fine in the morning, and then I just sneezed like 3 times. Now my nose is bad. Anyway. Just you and me. We should log out too.
by the way.
Where's Kaito? By the way, did something happen between you and Kaito?
Huh?
What?
Well,
I guess we're both sick. I'm not super sick. Is at least better than Katie and... Shush, I got a blocked nose, I can't speak. When he logged out a little while ago, he looked like he was in a bad mood.
Sorry.
That's probably my fault. Sohichi Sahara. Yeah. Oh, the light here is so bad. Wait, I might just change. But I can never see. Shh. Gonna just brighten my camera. With no music playing, that makes it even better. Oh, it's not that good. Guess that's better. Maybe. Sure. I pulled the device off my head, and the real world appeared before me.
Shuichi!
Well, Suichi, isn't the real world way better than some virtual reality? Anyway, I felt so lonely without you around. Apologize for making me feel unloved.
Hey.
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. I totally didn't draw anything on your tummy while you were logged in, okay? Weird, but okay.
Huh?
What?
It's a lie.
I'm kidding. So, what was it you wanted to ask?
Is that alright?
You planned to meet Miyu on the roof, right? Did you end up meeting her? Oh, so you know about that, Soichi. Impressive, Mr. Ultimate Detective.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you what happened. I never met up with Miyu. I couldn't get to the rooftop because it was locked.
Huh?
Well, after I gave up and went back to the salon to search for the secret of the outside world. Is that true, Kokichi? Are you doubting me?
That's...
Can someone verify that you were at the salon the entire time? Did you meet anyone there? I thought Gunter was with him the whole time, or was that... Maybe not.
Right?
But you can also say that there's no witness who can prove I wasn't there.
Hey!
Unless you saw the salon empty yourself.
Anyway.
Well, it's up to you whether you want to believe me or not.
Shuichi!
But you shouldn't doubt me like that. We're partners. Which one is it? Did Kokichi meet with Miyu or not? Yeah, Kokichi's always difficult. Alright, Monotaro. What's up? I've been waiting for you, Soichi. I'm sure Maki already told you, but I finally finished analyzing the program.
Okay!
I'm starting to put together a lot of important facts, so here they are. He really is trying to be our friend. A little bit, at least.
So...
First, the person who tampered with this program was Mummy. Like we suspected, Mummy has an eccentric way of writing her code, so I knew it was her right away. I guess her personality wasn't the only eccentric thing about her.
Got a minute?
So what did she tamper with? A few things, but I'll share the first one with you.
So...
It looks like Mummy deleted a lot of the objects from the killing game simulator. Shush, I told you! It was a mistake! I got a nose! I got a block nose! She said that she deleted anything that could be used as a weapon. But in that case, why is there a hammer? Sushi.
Okay!
That's true, only the hammer was left. But why was it left? The way the program was written makes it seem like she did it on purpose. On purpose?
Then...
Did she add anything? We found a cell phone in the virtual world. No, that cell phone was an original feature of the program. That implies Miyu hid that fact from us, which means... All Mummy added were the 2 maps. The rest was already part of the program.
By the way,
while we were talking about objects, I wanted to ask you something. We used a signboard to cross the river, but could we have used something else as a bridge? I didn't really see anything that could have been used as a bridge to cross the river. So, only the signboard could have been used as a bridge. So, what's the next thing she tampered with?
okie dokie!
Well, it looks like she also tampered with certain parameters of the program.
Huh?
Parameters. Everything in the program is categorized as a human or a non-human object. Of course, everyone's avatars was assigned the human parameter,
Really?
but for some reason, Mummy gave her avatar the non-human object. That was quite weird.
That's...
What happens when you become an object? Well, the difference is only for identification purposes, so it probably didn't affect anything.
Well...
But if it didn't affect anything, then why would she have gone out of her way to do it? Maybe if she's not an object, and maybe if she's not a human, it won't track that she left the virtual reality place or something. Perhaps it has something to do with the next thing she tampered with.
So...
Mummy added a wall that didn't originally exist in the program. Oh, okay. So maybe objects get to go through the loading zone without problems or something? It seems Mummy added a wall that runs the length of the y-axis.
Huh?
He created an additional wall. There were walls in all 4 directions, the 2 down the y-axis.
Hey,
But you're positive there was only one?
Okay.
Yep. It's definitely the only one. What does that mean? Which wall was the one Miyu added? Well, aren't those both technically one wall? Well, I guess... maybe not. Maybe that was my brain working in overtime. But I'm still convinced that these 2 areas are connected. So that would actually be one wall. And then she added the wall in the middle or something. Or the wall in the middle existed, and then she added the walls on the side. Who is the bear calling Mummy? It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain this game since we're so far into it, so sorry. But I can't explain everything for you to understand. Is that another lie? Unless OX wants to help explain. Also, it looks like that extra wall was given a special setting. A setting that allows non-human objects to pass through it. It allows objects through.
I see.
See, that's very interesting.
Hey, hey.
So, are those all the things she tampered with?
Ah.
Me deadlocked. Oh, there's one more thing. So, one of you guys also had a strange setting given to their avatar.
huh?
A strange setting.
Okay.
Yeah, the setting made it so they would be unable to move if Mummy touched them. If... unable to move, like... was she given the ability, or was it, like, one specific person, if they were touched, they would be frozen?
Then
So if Miyu touched them, their avatar would be paralyzed.
Hey,
Who was it? It was Kokichi. It's me, I didn't know that. Well, duh. I wouldn't know, I never touched Miyu in that world. I see, I didn't even notice.
Okie dokie.
That's all I have to report. Well, do you think it'll help you guys out?
okay.
That helps a lot, thanks. Miyu's avatar. Quite interesting.
Ah.
Oh, I should probably tell you this too. Though it's probably not related to the case.
So.
Some sort of avatar user error occurred when you all logged in for the first time. An error. The contents of the error are unknown, so I can't provide any details. But something strange definitely happened to someone's avatar when you all logged in.
well,
I don't think anyone's avatar was acting strange though. Nope, looks like it's the class trial. We'll probably only get halfway through it, unless it's going to be a really quick trial.
Hey everyone. Time for the class trial.
What's up with him?
You know, that thing where everyone stands in a circle and talks about the dead body. Low energy? Me? No, I'm excited. Really.
Well, at least we're at the class trial, so I don't have to do as much reading. So my voice can be saved.
I'm just taking a little break right now. When I'm done, I'll be my usual energized self.
How many bears? Well, there were 6, but now there are 3.
Yep, I'll be way more energized later.
Alright.
Anyway, that's all.
Alright. Weird.
Hey!
You seem like you're not into it at all. You don't have to do the class trial, you know. But it's gonna start, huh? We no can stop it anymore.
You're right.
No, we can't.
So.
This is all I can tell you guys, but I don't want any of you to forget. I'm your friend.
What?
Huh? You just decided we're friends?
Thank you.
Yes, the three went poof. Thank you. Good to feel relieved. Don't worry, Monotaro. Luigi will get revenge for Miu's death.
That's so mean.
And he'll get that revenge by finding the culprit among us.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. When this class trial is over, I hope we can all get to know each other better. That's the kind of line that triggers a death flag.
Okay.
I want a fresh start. I want to make up for my past mistakes. Monosuke Monodama. Not Monokid though, he was... Yeah, Monokid was yucky. That too. Meeting you all has really...
Sorry.
Sorry, it's nothing. I'll save it for after the class trial is finished. The flag is rising. What was that? I think I heard something over there.
All right.
I'll go check it out all by myself.
So long.
They're gonna die.
Farewell.
It's probably gonna die.
What did you say?
It's waving in the wind.
This is stupid.
Whiskering around. Let's hurry up and go.
Going to do his best.
Going to do his best to be even a little bit useful to everyone.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I'll definitely expose the culprit this time. What's so exciting about this? With conflicting emotions in our hearts, we headed to the Shrine of Judgment. Do I have to walk all the way? I don't want to walk all the way. Oh, but let me see my lover one last time. It's not the best look, but she was the only one that I got the furthest in friendship with. Very sad. Why do I have to walk all the way there? I don't think we're going to see anything interesting on our way. Yeah, this is literally useless. Why are they making us walk all this way? Usually they just teleport us to places, right? Unless there is something that's gonna pop up. Can't you can I? I've never done that. Can you just teleport on the map? I never used the teleportation. Looks like that's everyone. And the numbers keep dwindling. Oh, this is everyone, huh? There's a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
Because we've allowed this game to continue. We must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop now. We can't let the fun end.
Don't!
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one.
Hey,
Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
I guess.
Yeah, you're right. If we mess up here, our numbers will go down even quicker. It'll just be the culprit left.
But
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all die, then the killing game would end.
What?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die.
okay.
Well, we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side. Until someone kills me too.
You're right.
Yeah, it's time for the detective to shine, Soichi. Please keep up the good work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Go.
Come on, man.
Hey, Soichi. You're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before, Soichi? Don't carry all the burden.
get it?
And I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
Huh?
What's your problem?
You really don't get
We're
it.
all relying on Suichi to carry our asses through the class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Suichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not.
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying.
Please don't.
Whoa, killer girls, glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick, as Kokichi turned around, dejected.
Jeez.
What's the difference between dejected and rejected? Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki Roll. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other. I like how she just accepts Maki Roll now. She doesn't even care that he calls her that.
Got it.
It's true relationships. Ah, sorry, my bad. Kaito, I'm okay.
Well,
I know you want to what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in you.
I see that. Case, I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
thank you.
Right, let's get into the trial. No more reading for me. I will never get used to this.
Let's do it.
The 8 of us got into the elevator. Oh yeah, it's 8 now. Didn't even realize. I thought it was 9. Oh, and next it'll be down to 7. Unless Miyu did a endgame themselves. Did she endgame herself? That could be a possibility, but it seems a bit weird. Especially when she looked like she was in a stress, or like she was grasping for air. Gasping? Gasping. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was tremble. The more I tried to control it, the worse I got. There's no way to get used to it, really, the fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. A test of our will to survive. Finally, the elevator stopped and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling.
Welcome!
Go ahead and stand behind any open podium. I thought they're supposed to stand behind the one that has the photo on it. Move your asses. You don't want to see what I'll do if you keep father waiting. Huh? Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
You're not friend anymore? You jerks must feel pretty slick, using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him. He just decided on his own that we were friends.
You bastard!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore, because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he's forgotten that he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuff out of him. How confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as the killer, it's dangerous. I'm gonna lock myself in my room. Maybe I'll set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway,
Let's get this started, the heart racing up, okay. We went to the podiums as always. And we knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. It's already the 4th time. How many class trials are there? Are there 4 or 5? I think there'd only be one more after this, before we begin like the ending of the game. Poor Miu. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we will all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. She helped me and Katie with those cameras, gave Kibo extra function, and in the end, she'd done a lot for us. She did a lot for Kibo. 5 murders, 6 trials. How are there 5 murders and 6 trials? Is the 6th trial with Monokuma? One of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. There's really not a lot of people left. I will fight. Right. Yes, I want to save. Thank you, aeroplanes outside. Very nice. Wait, did I save? Let's see what skills I can add. I don't really feel like I need to add these skill things, but like I might as well. I only have 6 of the friendship thing or whatever. Reveals V points, don't care. Instantly silences loud voices effective during mass panics. I'll try to do things which don't actually make the game easier for me, because the game's already kind of easy when it comes to the trials now. Easy mental it is. So let's do the just a peek one because the light is a bit annoying. There we go. The one I get from Miu is nice. What is the one I get from Miu? Is it the X-ray? Oh, X-ray goggles. One part of an object becomes visible. The entire object will be shown. Nah. That's fine. I don't want to make it easier for me. So maybe I'll even try to change my difficulty in logic to mean. Should I do that? Because I feel like it has been a bit too easy. The only thing I complain about is that the trials go for too long. And I don't know if this will make it longer. Harsher penalties and more choices, but more rewards. You think I should do it? Why is my camera so blurry? Oh. Okay. Yes, no? Yeah, I'll try it. I guess I can change it later if I really feel like I'm failing. In session. Do it. Have you done main difficulty?
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation.
Why is he so sad? Or like
Screw it.
enthusiastic?
This is tiresome.
You need more motivation.
I do. I really do.
I've never heard him in
Now
this
then,
kind of tone.
Let's start this class trial.
Just do it.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Oh, does the action still mean about the trial? I thought action was gonna be like shooting and stuff, like you have to... Because you had that escape sequence in the first part of the game, I thought like that was gonna happen more in the game, but nothing like that ever happened again.
Huh? You mean like the tie?
Someone's doing more like why is this person like every morning does some like vacuum cleaning? I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's like sawing some wood or something. Someone's always doing some loud noises in the background every morning. But I got the game after I watched the playthrough because it went on sale. Okay.
It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
What's his problem? I don't understand why he's like this.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth.
I think Himika's gonna die next.
Got it! We can't die here!
Whoever's like the most optimistic seems to be the one that dies.
Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
I hope the background noise isn't too loud.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify.
Kaito's the culprit!
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
The fact that Kaido was the only one logged out is suspicious. But I think Miyu logged him out. But I'm not too sure why she would have logged him out.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Why did he mention
Of course
poison?
it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What is his account? Kaido was the only one logged out from the virtual world. While he was looking for the secret world, a ring of light appeared around him, and yeah, not knowing if he was okay. That should be good.
What do you mean, last words?
First, we need to decide if Miyu was killed in the real world or the virtual world.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Killing game
course it's-
simulator. Killing game simulator objects cannot break, avatars cannot be injured, however the body sensors. If an avatar is fatal, then okay.
Impossible, because I didn't do it!
So I think we're leaning
we found that
towards.
bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
I think
What
we're.
do you mean, last words?
I think we're leaning towards. She died in the virtual world, but I'm not too
Kaito
sure
logged
how to
out
prove that.
first by
Body was covered. Time of death. No injuries can be found on the body.
himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! We found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That was part of your plan, right?
Kaito.
Mean last words.
What about the bottle of poison? Bottle of poison, it was found in Kokichi's that a mix of neutralize and mix with anything, but it seems quite dangerous. Causes Sagpan Victor hemorrhaging, making it victim's eyes completely bloodshot red. Her eyes weren't bloodshot red, were they? Which means that she wasn't poisoned then.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew is still logged in though.
That wasn't her, right, Kaito?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Look, I can do mean difficulty logic. Look at me go.
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging.
That's how you say it? Subconjunctive. Alright.
In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body. That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion.
Yeah, I
Culprit
gotta
wanted
go.
us to think
Last
Mew
time
died
you
by
said you'd
poison.
be back, you didn't come back. Oh yikes. But alright. See you later. Thanks for coming.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
The only one I can think of. Well, she's like holding onto her throat, so it'd have to be like strangled or something. But the hammer's also there, so I don't know. This is kind of interesting. Well, that's good. What would I guess I'm gonna go with the hammer for now. Nope, that's not it. Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, one full heart goes now. Okay. But what was the question? What was Mew's cause of death? What does it say here? It doesn't say her cause of death here, does it? No injuries can be found on the body. I don't know what it would be. Toilet paper? That can't be the cause of death. Hammer is not the cause of death. Maybe it's an avatar error? Nope, okay.
I was wrong!
I was wrong. What else could it be? It's not the bottle of poison, so it has to be something else. Oh, oops, I did the wrong thing.
Damn it.
I'm gonna lose in just this one. I thought I was doing so well. I don't know, toilet paper? Don't know how that would work. No.
Oh no!
What else? What do you think, Ruby? Because I have no idea. We're both just as confused, so any ideas will work. Maybe device instructor? Nope.
I was wrong!
I'm gonna lose just on this. Toilet paper, signboard, hammer, cell phone. There's nothing here that tells about how she died. I don't know, use a corpse. What? That's funny. Was there anything else that could be the murder weapon? What else could be the murder weapon? The signboard? I have no idea, and that's my last life. This is tricky.
Is this... We can't...
Oh, but Muse... That's right.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
The only one I could think of. Am I missing something really obvious? Real cause of death.
This is it!
Oh, okay. That wasn't really a cause of death. That's just where
Mew's
she
cause
died.
of death was the killing game simulator itself.
Maybe, not really. But okay.
In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock.
But that's not the reason she died. The reason she died was because she died something inside the virtual world. Anyway, I like how they put 3 X's on Miyu's death sign.
That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miyu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything. If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, well, Gunter's so out of it. Doesn't know what to do.
It seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into 2 groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and... that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
I like how she's more motivated now.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
I don't know, I think you're already like past puberty point, I assume, in this game.
Let's
Okay.
begin then.
The fatal damage that Miyu received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down. It's either the
virtual
hammer
world,
or the
Miyu was fatally injured.
bridge.
So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
Yeah.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
Oh, there's so many things, but the hammer's the only one that matches up.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the
No, dang. Ah, dang it, I missed it.
We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
Ah.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely. It's possible she was pushed from a great height. Could she have drowned? In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first. Whatever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the
Oh, it's not? You think so too? Sees my third eye, saw the truth. Remember Miu's body? Was she really killed with the hammer?
Damn it!
Well, there was no...
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Was grasping her neck with both hands. She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first to log out, Kibo was the first to discover the body she had.
Whoever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
No injuries can be found on the victim.
I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
I don't know, none of these clues seem to match up with anything. Except for the hammer, and that wasn't right, by the looks of it.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
The only thing that were dropped
Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
was
I
the
think
cell phone.
strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
I'm so confused.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
I feel like strangulation is what happened, but I don't know what to really do about that.
Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first. Whatever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer! We're going to beat her with his bare hands. Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
I think
Ah, there we go.
I agree.
Yeah, Marky time.
Miu's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Miu was strangled to death.
yeah, definitely.
And in the virtual world, everyone had the same physical strength. So anyone could have done it.
Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Miu was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh. The assassin master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
That is true.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
But there was toilet paper, and you could make rope with toilet paper. Hello, welcome back.
Then they must
You
have
came
used something
back.
else as a rope.
Toilet paper. Toilet paper. Toilet paper is rope. Rope is toilet paper. Do I even have that as a thing? Toilet paper.
This is it!
Yes. Toilet paper's so weak though, I don't think you could
During
really
the
use it as a rope.
investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion. I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
That must be some really heavy duty toilet paper though.
Gunta, no can ignore that!
Whoa. What are you doing, Gunter?
What you mean, Shuichi?
Really? I need to get that toilet paper.
Huh? What's wrong?
Why is Gunter being so defensive?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off. Not gentlemanly at all.
Gunter, what's wrong? I did not mean to upset you. Why is he being so aggressive?
There's no time for nonsense! You know
Okay.
you use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy? Even Gonta know that, and Gonta not smart!
Blade lock. Ah.
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
You died such an awful death. So why you not take this seriously? You call yourself ultimate detective?
Ah, dang it.
Use your head! Figure out real murder weapon!
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
There's no time for nonsense!
Oh, what am I supposed to do?
You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy? Even Gonta know that.
Ah,
and
should
Gonta
I?
not
Is it a
smart.
killing game simulator?
No, I'm positive.
Ah,
toilet
because
paper was
objects
used
in the
instead of rope.
game can't break. Right.
You died such an awful death. So why
Took me
you
long
not
enough.
take this serious? You call yourself ultimate detective? Use your head! Figure out real murder weapon!
Wait, what?
No,
The
I'm
tearing thing
positive
wasn't there.
toilet paper was used instead of rope.
There's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy?
There we go.
I'll cut through your words. The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear.
That would
Since
be
it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
that'd be horrible. Imagine if you couldn't tear toilet paper at all. Just one endless roll.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was
How's that a fitting end?
fitting end for her.
What?
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
Same, Kibo.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
Is the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence? They did a poor job of it. There was a much better place they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Was Miyu planning on killing someone and then they killed her?
That's it! Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Yeah, she told us that she removed all the things.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
What game are we playing? No, stop, okay. I'm not too sure why he would have needed it.
Let's
Maybe
assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Going to know, Mew gonna build stuff with hammer.
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone and tried to kill them with it.
You idiot, she was the victim!
It's either
Let's assume
breaking the wall, which doesn't make too much sense.
Uses for a hammer. Don't you know, you gonna build stuff with hammer.
So I think she was planning on meeting up with Cookie.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
Oh, is that not it?
Let's
But she
assume
did
that Mew brought
write
the
it.
hammer.
Okay.
What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Oh, right.
I was wrong!
Okay, wait, I might have just used the wrong thing on the
Let's
Cookie.
assume that Mew brought
What was she planning to do with it? Maybe use it to break down a wall? Uses for a hammer. Don't you know, you gonna build stuff with hammer. She probably just brought it for self-defense. Or she secretly met up with someone.
Okay, yeah, cool. I just used the wrong thing on that one. I'm smart.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miyu called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Does he want to die? Why is he excited? Miyu asked Kokichi so she could use the hammer. Confess her love. I'm guessing kill.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Yeah, it was definitely obvious that she was being shifty and stuff. So, I could definitely believe she was trying to kill someone. But looks like she got killed instead. Something Kokichi. Something Kokichi. Oh, how am I missing the two? Something tried to kill Kokichi. Ah, missing the two. Who tried to kill? Okay. That's easy. We basically just answered it, so I don't know why. Also, what is up with that image? Of, Miyu. That's a big one. What could it be? Dang it. No? Where was Miyu trying to kill Kokichi? I'm guessing the rooftop. Oh, the virtual world. The afterlife. Dang, so she tried to murder someone, but then somehow she got murdered. Which doesn't make sense because, oh. Wait, who's that? That's, Tasumi. Did she kill? That doesn't make sense because she was with me the whole time. But, what was I saying? Ah, dang it. What was... Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? Oh, dang it. Why would be a bottle of poison on his seat, though? It wouldn't make much sense to... It wouldn't make much sense to pin the murder on Kokichi when... Oh, I guess it could be a suicide. But to just divert attention. Alright. Doesn't completely make sense to me. Okay.
It connects. She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miyu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
What's weird about that?
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? You logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper!
No, it wasn't me, guys!
He is the only one.
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
But she did place the poison without us noticing. Then she must have logged out at some point. And then what? Log back in? Kokichi, weren't you at the line around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all? Nope, I didn't see that at all. If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have...
That's wrong!
It was Mew who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair.
She could have also manipulated, like, the log in and out of stuff and things like that.
She had plenty of time to do it.
Ah, she was the
Here,
last one
take a
to
look at
log in
this.
as well.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
2 minutes before she logged in. Alright.
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Mew's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
I wonder why what was her motive to kill Kokichi? Did she just not like him? Or did she have an actual motive like Monokuma gave?
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
Well, if she was the killer, it seems like it would have been solved fairly quickly. Wait, what was the question? How did Mew make Kaito log out? Oh, that's easy. I thought this was mean difficulty. Easy.
This is it!
Anyone still watching?
It was the cell phone found by
I can't
Mew's
tell.
avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Kaito Momota.
I see. But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method
Yeah,
only
just
she
making
could
sure.
use.
Alright, I guess oh yikes left again. Where?
She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know
What is
about
wrong
that.
with him?
Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
'Cause she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd
That
never
is
know
true.
that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
Leave the world. Once you go, you'll understand. fall in love with me to show guys. Yes, she was pretty adamant, making everyone join. But I wonder what she would have done if someone said no.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He's completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame. My head!
Listen up, Kokichi.
What is going on?
To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin
Very
searching for
genuine.
the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
My hair is so puffy. I need to get a haircut. I might get it today.
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
You did it.
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also,
Her
I
egg
never went to the
exploded?
roof.
Oh.
Not even for the meeting.
I remember. You and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
She got you there.
Oh, I see. I didn't
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
I thought that's what we were doing.
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place, but I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Which I'm not too sure why she did that. I still think that's kind of
If that's
suspicious.
the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
Did she go? I think she did go.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up! Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
Mew should have been at the chapel.
That's wrong!
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Whoa. Calm down, Himiko. We're all trying to figure this out together.
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from
Then
the
kill
chapel?
Disney. Say,
It must have been some special method only Mew knew.
don't worry.
With that cell phone.
Kokichi's just a special kind of guy.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's
I don't know,
for all of
Kaito.
us. We're here to solve this together.
I think you rely on me most of the time.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi right now. I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Miyu used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. I think I know what.
A way across that only Mew knew about.
I think it's the wall.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
Yes,
I
that is
suppose
it.
it is possible she used that to change places.
Man, you guys are way off.
What does he
Or
think?
maybe I'm just pulling your legs.
Yes, you probably are, Kokichi. I don't trust anything you say.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over. Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone. Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge. A hidden route that only Mew can...
I agree.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel.
They're the same wall.
We
I'm
do
pretty sure.
know that wall was set so that
And now I'm
only
bright
objects
on the
could
camera.
pass
Don't
through.
be naive, Shuichi.
Wait, gotta
What is
change
it,
my
Kaito?
camera again. Because now I'm too bright. I hate this. I really need to get a better setup, the lighting and stuff, but that costs money and room and all that, so... I guess that's fine. Actually, wait, I should probably close this window. I think there's too much light coming from it. Oh yeah, that's kind of better. Too dark and too light, yeah. I think it's because that window behind me was like showing light. Kind of make... Ooh. It kind of made it a bit too bright. But hopefully that's a bit better. Yeah. Gotta remember to not open that window when I'm streaming.
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that?
That's much better.
That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge?
Wow, Kaido, you haven't done anything through this whole game. You trying to gang up on me now?
My sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right. What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about the... It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
But she is,
Cut through your words.
according to the game. Which kind of fits into lewdness.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed.
You really lewd? The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed.
She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
No, you're not. Yeah, beyond that wall is literally the end of the world.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied.
Who would have thought?
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to...
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall. She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, If you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh shoot!
You bamboozled yourself.
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
Kokichi saying all that stuff about Mew to get the cubs to reveal something. Guess I should thank him, but I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
Poor Gunter.
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
What? Loud noise.
This is it!
Okay. I got it.
You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
That is quite loud, and like, what even would that be?
Hmm? You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual
Oh,
world.
it's so obvious, Soichi. Why are you so dumb? The loading wall is actually a continuous wall to the other side of the world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something.
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, Gonta not mean it like that.
No, Gunter, you're doing good. Keep doing what you do.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
What else? Okay, cool. Ah, yeah, that was a strange thing. What do you mean, eh? Ah.
I see it! The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river. We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
What happened with that? Alright, here we go. Ah, Okay. We're almost to the 2-hour mark, so I'll have to end soonish. I'm not too sure why Tsugumi is in on these billboards. We haven't even questioned her yet. But like, I was with her the whole time, so there's like no way Tsugumi could be the killer. Oh well, I guess I wasn't with her while she was checking out the dining hall. But I guess it's possible she could have done something then. Tsugumi could, I can't say her name, but she could have been the killer, now that I think about it. I'm not too sure what this billboard means either. Also, what even is this? Is this supposed to be like inside of Soichi's mind? Am I just driving a car trying to figure out the problem? Where's the end of the river? I'm guessing it doesn't have an end. This is how Soichi... Where's the end of the river? Transition point? Oh, okay. Ow. Mansion side. Oh, okay then. Chapel side. I guess we're still on the premonition that it's just a one-way river, but it's not, so it's very frustrating. I'm like ahead of the game. Where was the signboard found after it was put away? Mansion side. Am I still playing? Oh, there's still one more question. Oh, okay. But where is the fourth person gonna go? Compared to the river's current, which way did the signboard float? Downstream? I don't understand. Ah, with the current. Easy. Where's this person gonna go? Wait, what? Did it go against the current? No, it didn't. What? Oh, okay. I forgot cars have 5 seats.
It connects.
You still here, Ruby?
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current.
What do you mean? Oh, because it went like back.
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watch the river carry it downstream.
But it went. Oh, it's so annoying that the game doesn't even.
And the river was wide there.
Maybe I'm overthinking things, but I'm fairly sure.
The sign
map
should have
loops
traveled
around.
downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side?
Okay, still here, cuckoo.
She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river. Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all
Oh, I
connected?
know. This is so painful. I know the answer.
I don't know, but Shuichi should know.
I do.
Right?
But you won't let me answer.
What?
Can we get on with it?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you did. The only one who can solve.
I know the answer.
So,
Please let me
Ah,
answer.
well, the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall. This is it! It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through.
Finally getting it. Somehow.
The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through,
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
They're the same wall.
the only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
Maybe it is, Himiko. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Please, just... It's so straightforward.
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
I do like how Kokichi says that he's my partner, while Kaito just says I'm his sidekick. The partner is kind of a nicer relationship than sidekick.
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Oh, I know. It's so painful. I know exactly. Downstream and upstream connect.
that's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel.
There we
It's
go.
all part of one big loop.
We finally
The
got it.
upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about?
Only
Both
took
ends
us
of the
like
river
20
can't-
minutes. But we got it. We got it. It's fine.
Again,
We got it.
throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall,
They're the same. What dang it, thing.
it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
I got it. I know why Mew only set up one wall.
It's the same wall.
What?
They're the same wall.
That's it.
Oh, that took so long.
The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the
That
y-axis.
took so long for the game to be like, that's the thing.
That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect.
Literally.
See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us.
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch.
How we usually have a midpoint in a trial. Or are we
If
like
both the
past that
river
point
and
now?
wall are connected, then you can find the secret.
Are the trials like there's not enough people in the trials anymore, so it's just like a one trial without a break?
Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
The secret behind the world. Oh, all those words, or letters, I don't know how they fit together. The letters, what do they mean? Okay. Warp? Not even the question. What is a unique feature of the virtual world? Well, it kind of has a lot of unique features. Oh. World? Well, I don't know. L? World. World. Whoa. World. Law. Loop? Ah, world loops. Okay. I got it. Eventually.
I see now. Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop. Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example,
Pac-Man.
when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world loops?
What in the world?
I don't know why this is so hard for them to comprehend. It is a game, you know? It's not real life.
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away.
It's like they've never played video games.
It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream, and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
No, it's not. It's very basic computer programs. Stuff.
That's more extraordinary than even magic.
Wow, I can't believe they're so
But at least
fascinated
it's not a boring answer.
with a looping
It also
world.
explains all the things that happened.
This reminds me of a mystery book. Well, that's cool.
doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
It does explain it though.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
That is not a loading point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes. But first we need to be clear where the
This is
loop
just torture now.
starts.
Where the loop starts.
It starts
Doesn't
at
it
the
loop at
loading
the
point
walls
wall,
next to
but
the
the other
mansion in
point is
chapel?
not a loading point because it's not a wall.
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the man...
Hey, what am I answering? Where's the looping point? Here's this! Dang damn it.
There! The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
Yep. That's exactly what I've been saying for like the past half an hour.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather...
Although the grass part at the top doesn't flow on naturally, which is kind of weird. That's poor game design. What are you doing there?
Her wall was at the center of the world.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall
I guess that
between
was-
them.
That's because this map was drawn by Mew. So she'd make it inaccurate to throw herself for something.
And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right! That's how the virtual world works!
Wow.
Impressive, Shuichi!
I don't know why they're making such a big revelation about this.
For you to
It
get
is
this far!
the most
Yes!
basic
Yes!
thing
You
that
are
I...
useful indeed!
No, it's useless. Oh,
For you to
I hate
get
this.
this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
why would they even have that path though? The walking path. If they're right next to each other, wouldn't they have the path going that way? To the left side? Instead of going all the way through the loading point to the other side and stuff? That's just a bit of a incongruency.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since...
Alright.
But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Alright. I might end here though for today's stream.
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery.
I'm tired of their stupidness. We'll continue this not tomorrow, whenever I stream next. That was frustrating, but anyway. We'll see what happens next time on CD Cruise Live. Bye.